So hopefully you're finishing the Crucible right about now and you enjoyed it. It's definitely a thriller at times. It definitely is chock full of conflict and problems that not only are historically relevant, but are definitely applicable to today's society. And so as you begin to analyze the author's purpose, we definitely need to take a closer look at the problems and conflicts that we've seen throughout the Crucible. Now, Arthur Miller wrote this play for a reason. It was didactic. It was to teach us a lesson. And so we definitely need to analyze the conflicts to figure out what Arthur Miller was trying to teach his audience. So I'm going to review and kind of break down 3 of the major conflicts within the Crucible. Okay, first, we have person versus society. So the Puritan lifestyle was one of simplicity and, for a lack of better words, oppressed. People were told how to think, how to act, how to treat others in all facets of their lives. As a result of the long suppressed feelings towards each other, the hysteria allowed individuals to act upon those dark feelings under the mask of Puritan righteousness. Now, this may appear as though this is a person versus person conflict, and individual conflicts between people can certainly be analyzed. But what needs to be looked at is what was so wrong with a society that basically forced people to suppress their feelings, and they let that hatred build up and up in the first place. Puritan lives did not, Puritan people didn't express themselves. They were stifled by the rules and regulations of the church. And so when you quiet a group for an extended period of time and you silence them and their voices, those feelings don't go away. They just build up. And so when hysteria hit, when everything happened, people lashed out and they used this hysteria as their MO for what is completely wrong with society. People were getting along, people respected each other, but this society oppressed them. It pushed them down. It told them that they didn't have a right and they didn't have a voice. And so everything just hit the fan. All right, 2. This is probably the most obvious conflict, and I personally believe the one that we should learn the most from. Person versus self. John Proctor. John's conflict is difficult to analyze. John's conflict is internal because John Proctor hates hypocrites. John Proctor hates other people who say one thing but then do another. But the problem is that John Proctor is a hypocrite himself. He tells people that they need to do the right thing and be honest. Yet, for the majority of the play, he's not able to do the right thing himself. His conflict runs so deep that John is unable to admit to even himself that he has done something wrong. It takes until the end of Act 3 for John to admit that he has known her, Abigail. And well, we all know how that turned out. And even once he realizes that he needs to tell the truth and not admit to witchcraft, because it's my name, it's all I have, he still encourages other people to lie as a means of survival. Total hypocrite. This is what's wrong with a lot of internal conflicts in people, is that we are so focused in our society on analyzing the wrongs of other people that we forget to analyze the wrongs of ourselves. We can't change other people until we identify the problems within us. 3, person versus the unknown. In the beginning of the play, as we meet Reverend Hale, he is a distinguished exorcist, a master of the demonic arts. He is convinced that there are concrete signs, facts, that show the presence of witchcraft. But what is important to think about here is that Hale's strong conviction that the devil is real also shows his very strong belief in God. As the play progresses, Hale begins to question the validity of witchcraft in Salem, as he realizes that the girls are not telling the truth. Hale's loss of confidence in humans evolves into a serious internal questioning of truth, God, and all that he thought he knew. Now remember, person versus unknown is simply anything that we don't understand. This could be a higher power, this could be the future. But Hale struggles with this because he thought he knew everything in regards to just practice and the devil, and also about how humans behave. So that brings us to the why. Again, like I said before, this play is didactic. It is meant to teach us, the audience, something about people, us, and society. So I ask you, why was this play written? And how do these conflicts contribute to the meaning of the play? What was Arthur Miller trying to teach us about us?